Assalamu alaikum and Juma Mubarak. In this week's edition of the Principal Update, we're finally about to celebrate the opening of our infant library. And just before that happens, I'd like to give a special holiday message regarding priority number 1 this academic year, and that's reading. And it seems like a good setting to do this. So over the holidays, I would encourage all parents and students to engage with reading, and if you can, do that together. Now, what would that look like for our students? Well, first of all, our students visit the library and they have access to storybooks or fiction, non-fiction books that they can read at home. Now, with those books, you can read with them if they're at an appropriate age, or the children can read independently. But it's really important that they do read, and they're reading at the right level with the right comprehension, and they're getting the most out of the reading experience. So if you've got a child that's, say, from the nursery, EYFS, or up to year 3, you'd be looking at sharing a book together at least. Now, when you read that book, you should be looking for 3 things. Can my child read fluently? They should be able to struggle a little bit. So if they're reading a book and they can get about 80% of that right, then they're on track. And that means that they're being challenged appropriately. Now, fluency is only the foundation. Can they understand what the story is about, what the characters are doing? Or can they understand the information in a non-fiction text? And last of all, can you have a conversation with your child and ask them how that relates to their experiences of the world? For example, if you're reading a book about going to the fun fair, can you talk about when you went to the fun fair as a family? Now, if you've got an older student, let's say maybe year 3 up to year 8, then they will be using the Accelerated Reader program. And I think it's really important that you start to engage with the students. Studies have shown that Accelerated Reader is a highly effective platform for students, only if they use it properly. Now, what can you do as a parent? Well, first and foremost, you can check that your child is reading at the right level. So your child has sat some tests, and these have come out with a ZPD, which is a level for your child's reading, and they should be reading within their zone of proximal development, which is a level that pushes them just beyond what they're capable of at the moment. That's where they'll develop. They should not be reading books that are too easy or too hard. So first of all, is it at the right level? And second of all, how often are they reading? The great thing with Accelerated Reader is it actually tells us how many minutes children read, and we're aiming for the minimum of 30 minutes a week. So please check on that with your child. Now, last of all is comprehension, and you can test this very cleverly with Accelerated Reader, because at the end of every book there is a quiz. So how is your child doing on the quiz? Are they logging in for 30 minutes but not really engaging with the text, and therefore failing the quizzes? So you can help support your child by checking in with them and saying, how's it going with Accelerated Reader? That's all for now. Please read over the break. It's a great relaxing strategy, but it's also something that makes us very, very intelligent and improves our IQ. So have a great holiday together as a family, have some great experiences, rest, and come back raring to go in the following week. Masalama.
So for me, this is the dream. This is the dream. I'm just going to read a couple of things to you, if you don't mind, and bear with me. A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one. And that's so true. Because when we're reading that book, we are living those lives of all those characters around us. So for me, that's what his books are. It's an escape, it's imagination, creativity, all of that. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on the moon. On Thursday, when Imogen woke up, she found she had grown antlers. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. And that's what it's all about, right? That is what it's all about.